Right, welcome Tommy. This is probably the 5th time I've tried this video. Welcome to the second part of Black Eyed Susie. So what I'm going to talk about now is variations on the theme. That is apparent all through every type of folk music, and I'll explain how it works. So our theme is this. Okay, that is our Black Eyed Susie theme. Notes. I said the notes are important, this is why. So we've got a G, and an F, and an E. Right, the first thing you can do, or a thing you can do, is simply to play those same notes in a different place. It just makes your playing more interesting. So, I happen to know that. If I slide up on this string, which would be normally be your D string, because of our change tuning it's a C string, I happen to know that this is a G note, so I'm going right up to the 7th fret. Okay, and I can play that same refrain on here. So I'm changing the octave, I'm playing in a different place. Okay, so that's why knowing the notes is useful, knowing what notes you're playing, because you can think, I know, I'll take them up there. Now, I didn't like the sound of that, so what I did was I just added one note and I made it into a hammer-on note, purely because I liked it. I didn't see this in any video, I just liked the sound of it like this. And I added the E note, so I added this one in my version, and I'll show you how I did that. So G, F, hammer on E. Okay. Now, hopefully that makes sense to you. So I'm still going G, F, E, but instead of playing that E, quite simply I'm playing this E, and instead of playing it by itself, I'm hammering on. It just adds a bit more, I can't think of a better word than sort of punctuation. It's like a stutter. It's like a... Now I do the same thing again. I play a different E up here. This is also an E. Let me show you. Yeah, so we've got an E here and an E here. Now, the only difference with these notes is it has a slightly different timbre, and it allows you to do different things with it. So what I did with this, again I did that little double hammer on because I liked it. Okay. Basically just because I like the sound of that. You can hear it's just the one before, but played in a different place. That's all it is, that's all the variation is. Because you're hammering on from the E flat to the E, you're going from minor to major. Not that that really makes any difference. That's Sarah's phone. Not that it really makes any difference to know that, but in the key of C. But that's something. Skip James does it a lot, interestingly. I've written emails about how Skip James is playing. It's very similar to banjo playing. Okay, so that's the principle of variation. I've varied the notes, the place where I'm playing the notes, lower or higher. Very simple. Because of the nature of the banjo, a few other things can be done, such as, more simply, sliding into them. Just adds a bit more variation. You can also, that pull off again. Another variation I do is using the pull off, so I go. That's just doing a double pull off on the E, and then that is followed by the pull-off that's in the main theme again. things are changing all the time. One more variation that I came up with for this. So what you heard was me playing the standard theme but mixing it up with variations. That is what I did. And I decided which variation I was going to use pretty much at the time I played it. I wanted just to include the different ones. One more variation is I took the second note and I just moved it. Now I'm sure there's a name for doing this kind of thing, but I just like the sound of it. So instead of going, I went, and your ear can just hear that that works, yeah? If you want to look into variations, if you're interested in, I mean, this goes through classical music and all sorts, doesn't it? Variations. So that, by the way, I swapped the F note for an A note. That's what I did. So I went from G, instead of going to F, I went to A. Look into the tin whistle, because the tin whistle is all about variations, particularly and improvisation, particularly in Irish music and stuff. Right, there was one other thing I wanted to say. What was it? Yeah, so I pretty much decided by ear how I wanted to do that, those variations. I can't think of anything else I was going to say. So I think that's pretty much about it. Oh yeah, that's it. Sliding in and sliding out. Oh no, I did talk about that. Okay, I'm just wasting your time. That is it. Any questions on anything I've said, write in to me and I will do my best to answer them. So that's me signing off. Played a gig today, Stromshore Fair, Tom. Very nice it was too. Sadly the bass player is on holiday in Portugal. Had a nice time anyway. I hear you're on holiday, so